Yep. $5 million encounters later. You would think with the forest burned down, the encounter rate would be less. But no. For fuck's sake. 2 steps encounter. That's kind of hurting. Can we please progress with the game?
Let us go.
Wow. You know, I'm glad I don't have to worry about MP for this party.
Or you would have to have had a ton of lifters or something.
Well, Ether. I would really get a lot of elixirs anyways, just because they're full heals.
Oh, if you want something funnier, I guess One Punch Man has getting a season 2.
Well, yeah.
And people were having all these like rumors about season 2 that were like untrue.
Oh. Like,
basically, they were saying stuff like Saitama loses his powers and gets a girlfriend or something. And I kept going, wait a second. If One Punch Man loses his One Punch powers, what makes him One Punch Man?
well, that just means he's... It's not even really a power, though. He just exercised a lot. So he's just... He loses his muscle? Suddenly?
He loses his training? What?
Alright.
All I know is... I heard the rumor or something. And I'm just, wait a second. I'm looking at all the rumors.
You have bare fist.
And it turns out everyone's like making up rumors because they announce it and, well... none of the things are in the trailer that everyone thought was going on.
Saitama begins to grow his hair back.
Saitama's hair grows back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like
Right.
Krillin in Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball where he just kinda always shaved his head.
Well, I mean, he had his hair back later. So I'm gonna do something here. Just gonna quick save. Save us the trouble. Boom. Sealed creatures. Here they come. So these guys are assholes. I'm just gonna start with the first one. Actually have items to steal. I don't remember what items those are, so...
So you're gonna try?
Yeah, I'll try to steal. If it's something like a consumable, then I just won't bother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, look! One of the items we found in the treasure chests after the forest had burned down. Does damage.
Okay.
Damn it. Medicate! Wow, must be a rare seal.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I kinda messed up. The first thing I should have done...
What? Reflect?
Strength song.
Who knew?
So everyone has regen. So these guys can be a little tricky just because of their desperation attacks that they do when they're low on health. And that one's not gonna get to do his, because, wow. Quad lance. Like a motherfucker. Alright, let's go ahead and try to get the speed song back up.
The speed song.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. So this is why we buy the shurikens.
Nice.
You do the damage. Ow! So if another Earthshaker goes off, I'm screwed.
No.
And that's another Earthshaker. What? Ah, you son of a bitch. It crashed.
No.
So much for quick saving, eh? Oh,
But yes.
I wasn't expecting throws to do that much damage, so...
You know what I love is how, I was looking at the Sonic movie randomly today just because people are getting a lot of news for it now. And of course there's already an article against Sonic movie is going to be really horrible. And I'm like, okay, one, Sonic didn't have great movies to begin with, and two,
Hey.
you're really concerned working with a human. I'm talking about animated film. I'm talking about films that might be live action, would probably be horrible films.
Yeah.
Anything that's already been done, well, it's been done. Maybe it's not great, but it's a Sonic movie or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, a live action was gonna be horrible, and I'm sitting there going, what was your first clue?
It's probably because everyone's thinking about that Sonic fan movie that was actually not that great. Also, you know, Nostalgia Critic randomly being in there and not actually speaking at all, so it was funny. It was
Honestly,
funny.
they're like, oh, it's gonna be horrible, and they already ruined Ghost in the Shell. I'm like, they didn't ruin Ghost in the Shell. The problem with Ghost in the Shell is it's hard to make that for an actual audience to enjoy.
The problem with Ghost in the Shell is that everybody remembers Standalone Complex and not, you know, the original Ghost in the Shell.
Which didn't explain that much.
You know, the one where Bato accidentally jacked into the Major as a sex bot. But because he was a male jacking into a female, the, like, sensory perception was all screwed. Because he was feeling it in parts he didn't have. Do you get it?
Honestly, they're like, okay, well, Ghost in the Shell was ruined. I'm like, no. Ghost in the Shell was an attempt to have us in the western side of the world sort of try to understand, like, maybe we want to get into it. But for me, Ghost in the Shell is a political drudge half the time, and it bores me.
Well, again, that's standalone complex. The original Ghost in the Shell was full of intrigue, and it was actually about hunting down, a cyborg killer. And how there was more to it than, what people thought. And stop punching Reina, fuck. We need to go fast. And bullets too slow.
Honestly, it just gets to a point where people talk about it. I'm like, look, Ghost in the Shell may not have been the best film, but it was at least a film that was competently shot.
God fucking shit.
It was shot at least to look similar enough to what was going on in the anime and in the movie in some fashion.
I like the casting choices. They made some really good casting choices for the movie. Especially for the Major, who again, is supposed to be a sex bot. People forget this. That's why she dressed in a fucking corset, or whatever that was. It's more like a bustier.
She was dressed in something. Something provocative looking.
Yes.
Usually in a
like
certain
bustier,
profession.
whatever.
It's just, people say this, and I sit there going, okay. It's one thing to expect an adaptation to be competent. It's another thing to expect an adaptation to be well done. The Ghost in the Shell film may be an average film, but it did what it technically accomplished. It made a Ghost in the Shell film.
Here's the thing. No anime adaptation movie is ever going to be as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution. That was a movie that was so bad that even Japanese people were making jokes about how bad it was. Like, especially in Setai no Ichizome. Where they make a Dragon Ball Z joke, and then they follow up with Evolution, and then the girl character is just like, no, please, that was horrible. There are a lot of, like, adaptation movies like that. They're actually good, it's just people shit all over them because, oh, it's not exactly the same as the anime. It's like, well, no shit, dude.
Well, they also, I think this is the same issue I think I have. Now, look, I haven't watched the Death Note movie, so I can't personally tell you if it was good or bad. But
Well, it wasn't a movie, it was like a mini-series, wasn't it?
No, it was a movie.
Or no, it was a movie, never mind. What I saw of it, I actually really liked it.
The main issue people have is when they adapt, you have to remember there's a different society between each country.
Yeah.
And so, for Death Note very specifically, they're like, oh, well, why is it a bullied kid who's this, and why is it not like, Mr. Overachiever? Because the overachievers are not the type of people in our society that would pull what Light did.
Well, I mean, that's debatable, but also it's a, it's because overachievers in our mind are boring as fuck. Whereas in Japan, you look at him and you say, oh hey, this is like, this is someone we would look up to in society and stuff. Whereas in America, we have a lot of people who are like really misunderstood and, under the heel of like everybody, to the point where if they had access to that kind of power, ooh, elixir. Oh, you steal elixirs from, okay. But yeah, if they had that kind of power, then hell yeah, they would use it. The thing about the original Death Note is that here is this perfect student who wants everything to be perfect, so he looks at, hey, I have a chance to make the world perfect, so why not? Except, from another perspective, the story of Death Note is mostly about how how much you can't tell someone is going to be a sociopath. And Light was a sociopath. That is literally what he was. And the thing about a sociopath is that as much as they, like, manipulate people and do, like, very terrible things, they are usually very charismatic. You would not expect them to do these terrible things. And, you know, generally they're just agreeable people on the outside.
So people that are like cult leaders are very sociopathic in sometimes.
It's another thing entirely. Mostly when you deal with someone sociopathic.
I'm not saying all cult leaders, but
Yeah.
I'm saying a lot of cult leaders will feel that they have the right to do certain things. I cannot judge every cult leader, and honestly, if they're dead already, you really can't judge their mindset.
Well, it's also kind of a situation where I'm sure some of them are sociopaths, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them were just, you know, jackasses.
Probably.
But no, most sociopaths don't actually create a group that follows them. They really just... Why am I stealing from the same one? They literally just use people to their own end without really...
Taking into account the...
Yeah, without, like, getting other people in on it. They'll usually just do stuff by themselves. Alright, let's start blitzing them down.
I think, honestly... Well, you're right, Light is pretty much a sociopath.
Yeah.
And he was always one. It wasn't like, oh yeah, he became accident.
We are wet.
But
We are wet.
no,
Deku!
Aqua,
Deku, no!
Deku.
Okay, you didn't get to do another one. Alright, so... Medicate!
Medicate!
Echo.
Echo.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear
Anyways,
Yeah,
so okay, but yeah, definitely. That's why I say okay. Our society doesn't work the same as Japan. Hence why, like, people will say, "Oh, well, why did they change this and this and this?" And I go, "Well, here's your problem. We're not Japan."
You know,
So when we
here's the other...
see this,
Here's the other thing. Why would you complain about the content of a Death Note movie in America when the only thing that matters is that Willem Dafoe is Ryuk?
yeah, Willem Dafoe did a very like you look at. I'm like, yeah,
Who
Willem Dafoe,
else
like.
could be the best Ryuk? Like, come on. Dude.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I think for Death Note, what kills me is if you really don't like the Netflix one, you have like 3 movies in Japan that are live action you can watch. It's not like you don't have a Japanese alternative.
They're even dubbed by the anime voice actors. That's the best part. They were even dubbed by the anime voice actors, too. I think speed songing is... I think we're done speed songing. It's not really helping right now. Because there are too many turns happening for it to really build up in power.
Anyway, so... But yeah, so the general thing I've noticed is just... I don't get it.
It's kind of... It's just... People like the original way they experience something, so fuck!
Yeah.
Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Galuf is dead. Okay, you're dead. Good. I'm
No.
just gonna put Deku in the back row for now. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the other alternative to this would be to just give everyone who has them the HP boost abilities so that they could actually survive, but unfortunately they're not as effective. When you have less HP to work with, anyways. I really should have made sure that Deku learned how to sing. So you could have had him be a backup singer.
Yeah.
Oh well. I'm still alive though, that's what matters. And I can use all these items that I have bought / stolen.
What/one?
Well, yeah, most of the potions are stolen.
Darn it.
Because we are filthy thieves. I keep leaning back, and I don't mean to, but this is not a very comfortable position. So I don't know how it'll come out in the final recording. Yay! Yeah, string song. Let's get that regen back.
Get that regen back. Oh, yeah. But yeah, people always talk about these things, and I sit there going, can't you just appreciate that they attempted to make it?
And actually did a really good job.
I'm not gonna argue it's the best thing ever, but can't you just appreciate they tried?
Yeah, dude.
Just appreciate they tried. That's all I'm asking.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here's how we stack. Stop punching, bro. Why'd your shuriken only do fuck? Oh, right, because she's a bard, so she's weak. Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like honestly people push it too much.
Oh, yeah, always.
That like, oh, it has to be this. Like, especially for Ghost in the Shell. You're in a society where anyone can have any image, so why does she have to look Japanese?
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary.
It
It
actually made sense for her to look like Scarlett Johansson. Makes perfect sense.
It's just people didn't seem to think it did otherwise. And it gets annoying.
Well, they're always going to complain. A lot of it's just, you know, the kids who are obsessed with Japanese culture and everything must stay Japanese, and it's just like, yeah, shut up. Shuriken number one.
And that becomes one of the big issues that people are like, oh yeah, but this should be like this. You're going, wait a second. What's the point?
Yay! The point is, we're done with the boss.
Alright. Got it.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do?
What?
Oh, I forgot to give Galuf, the ability of punching.
No.
Actually, I might have given him barehanded. Can't remember now. Damn it. Oh no!
No.
My heart's
Oh
pounding.
no, somewhere.
Sorry, I had to switch over right quick. My heart's pounding! Oh no, it must be Grandpa!
Grandpa,
Psychic
there must
Moogle.
be... Psychic Moogle time.
Psychic Moogle says they're in more forest. What?
Psychic Moogle, how do you know this? Because I am the one who did it. The Moogle was Estes all along.
You thought it was the Moogles who saved your friends, but it was I, Dio! Oh, wait.
Dio saved me. Wow, Dio Brando, huh?
He should be out for what? Oh, God. Good one. No, stop! You can't hurt a child! I'm the bad guy, bro. Fuck you.
No, I still remember, what was it? Was it 8th Theater? You had the main guy being just offering him food and drink and everything, and the princess was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, yeah, Garland has kept... Yeah.
It's like, "You want popcorn?" All Might! No, is that All Might? We call Galif All Might.
Resist.
What is he doing to Krill anyway? Just like draining her power or something?
It's like telekinesising her, you know, like the Force Choke thing, except it's like Force Crush. Like the Darth Vader thing.
Force Crush.
Actually, spoilers, this isn't All Might, it's Ultra Instinct Galif!
No! Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Engage.
Galif Ultra Instinct activate!
In fisticuffs. Fighting is the one thing, the only thing that he was ever good at. But at least he only ever fought for what he believed in. Heroes are always risking their lives.
Oh no. Is he going to do the World of Smash? I'm joking. There's no World of Smash yet in My Hero Academia.
Oh, breaking out all the big spells. What was that attack? That's not like you at all. You must be influenced by someone else. That punch was too weak. It's because my heart wasn't in that punch. Neither rage or hate will defeat me. This is one for all!
United, stay